Hello, my name is Nate. Welcome to my Fluid Art channel. We have a very special episode for you tonight. My friend Carol is visiting me from Canada. Say hello, Carol.
Hi, how are you?
She is leaving tomorrow, and I promised her that I would paint with her, so it is like 9 o'clock at night, and we are braving the bugs, and we're going to be doing a flip cup tonight. So we have already mixed up all of our paints. I will show you some of these colors. We have Amsterdam's greenish blue. We have Deco Art 24 karat gold. We have Amsterdam titanium white with a little bit of Deco Art satin enamels mixed into it. I have Amsterdam's turquoise blue, which is one of her favorite colors. And then I have some leftover paints. This is a mix of deep violet and gold and maybe a couple of other little colors in there, but we're gonna toss that into the mix. So we're going to layer our cups now. We're in our, clothes we don't mind getting paint on.
Favorite clothes.
Yes. So we're going to use this cup. So these canvases are 16 by 16 inches square. So we need about 11 ounces of paint for this. So these cups are great because they actually have measurements on them. So this tells us our ounces. This line right here is 12 ounces.
Cool.
So we're going to measure right up to that line. And I also have some leftover slop bucket paint that we'll use as a flow extender if we need it. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So let's start with our white. We're just going to drizzle a little bit of white in the very bottom of the cup, just enough to cover the bottom, not a lot. And then directly on top of that, we're going to drizzle a little bit of gold, not a lot, just a little. Here, I'll show you. Just a little splash of gold.
A little swirl.
Yeah. Perfect. Good. All right. Carol has done a fluid art painting once before, but what did you think of the experience?
Well, as you said, it looks like my first.
Yeah. Exactly. We all have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we have our choice. We've got our white and our gold in the bottom. We always put white in the bottom because when you flip the cup over, titanium white is the densest paint and it sinks down through the other colors. So if you want cells and you want to change the colors, you want paint interactions, white always goes in the bottom first. Okay, but now we have our choice. We've used our white and gold, but we've got a dark blue, we've got a turquoise, and we have a violet. Which color would you like to be next?
Violet.
Violet. Okay, so let's do a little bit of violet in the bottom. And just kind of drizzle it. It's okay if it pierces the layer and mixes a little bit, because with a flip cup, but you want to add more paint than we did on the other layers.
Good.
Perfect, yeah. Now let's go with the turquoise right on top of that. Just drizzle it right around. You can also do this by running the paint down the side of the cup. I'm going to add a little bit of white again.
On the canvas, should I wipe it up?
Nope, doesn't matter.
Okay.
That paint's going to end up on the canvas anyway.
All right.
So I'm going to add a little bit of white on top of that turquoise
Alrighty.
before I add on the dark blue. And I'll explain why here in a second. So the white, and then I want to put a little bit of gold on top of that white.
Another swirl.
And a little bit more this time. Kind of cover that surface, there we go. And then I'm going to put the dark blue on top of that. I want, with the metallics are the least dense paint. Remember I said the titanium white is the most?
Yeah.
Metallics are usually the least dense paint, so you need a paint that can rise through. So you don't want to layer two metallics next to each other. You want something to be a buffer in between, and something for those cells to come through. Okay. So on top of the dark blue, let's put the violet again.
Okay.
Nice healthy layer of that. In fact, I'm just going to dump the rest of this in there. There we go. And I'm going to do the white and the gold again. And we should be getting fairly close. How close are you to your 12 ounces?
Pretty close.
Getting close? Oh yeah, I'm close. Okay. I'm going to put one more small layer of, never hurts to have too much paint. And then I'm going to put just a little bit more blue on top also. There we go. And now we're done. And just move these off to the side.
Oh, I probably shouldn't add the blue because I'm already up there.
You can add a little bit more.
Yeah.
It'll end up getting tilted off, but having a little more than absolutely necessary doesn't hurt anything.
Right? I already got some on me.
Yep. Okay. Have you decided, are you going to flip it or are you going to cheat? You're going to cheat?
Yes, I don't trust myself. Okay, does it have to be right in the middle?
Nope, it can be anywhere you want to.
Okay.
Just put your hand on top of that. There you go. And then flip it. Perfect.
And just let it go?
Well, hold on to it.
Hold it on until you...
There you go. You don't have to press down though.
Okay.
Just let go.
Start slowly or
No,
fast?
just let go. And let it, you want to let, don't lift it.
Okay.
You want to let it sit for a minute because remember this white paint, we want it to travel down.
Okay.
And you know, there's this much paint here. So all of those paints have to settle. So that's what we want it to do. So one,
already creating cells.
it is. 1, 2, 3, flip. There we go. So some people tap on the bottom. We want that paint to travel down the cup as much as possible.
Okay.
And so there's a couple different ways that we can get rid of the cup. You can move it around like this. You can shift it all the way up here, then pull it towards you, or you can just pull it straight up. Either way you want to do it. I'm going to lift and pull towards this corner.
Okay.
Which way are you going to try it?
Oh, I'm going to probably copy you.
Oh, you're going to copy me? Okay. Well, then I will demonstrate it. So just go ahead and. Oh, that was a big cicada.
Yeah.
We're just going to push that right up there.
All right.
And then watch this motion. You ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. And then I like to take the lip of my cup and create some lines through it.
Too much.
Don't worry about it. Because these paints are layered, there's lots of colors underneath. So I like to expose those by running the lip of my cup through. Ooh, look how, don't disturb those cells though. Yeah, leave that alone. That's pretty.
I love the color combination.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, we can get rid of these cups. You don't want to splatter it on top of your design.
Wow, it already looks gorgeous.
I like yours better than mine. That's not fair. No fair at all.
I just did what you did.
But look at those cells. That's gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
Can you zoom in on that? Can you see that? Let's show the viewers what she's got here. Look at that. Let's pull this. We're just going to tilt this into the center a little bit away from that edge. I think you can shift it by using the little handle.
Okay.
And then you can zoom in on the screen also.
Looks like a cow.
Her husband is our filmmaker tonight. It does. How's it look? Can you see it? Awesome. Okay, now show him mine. I love this line of cells right here. This is really pretty. This is really nice. All these cells here turned out really good. Okay, so I am going to add a little bit of flow extender around mine.
Okay.
Because I don't want to lose these cells. If I were to tilt this direction, something has to stick to the canvas. So this paint will flow and wrap over top of itself, and all of those beautiful cells and colors would disappear. So I'm just going to add a little bit of flow extender around it, like so. Don't need a lot. Just something to stick to the canvas besides my paints, my poured paints. I'm not in my studio, so I'm like completely uncomfortable.
This is beautiful.
Can you want to do this, or you want me to do it for you? Okay.
I can't get over how many cells.
I know, it's amazing.
I didn't get any on my first try.
Well, you got an abundance on your second try.
Oops.
There you go. And then we're going to use a little stick here. We're just going to spread this around, get right up into these paints here. The whole purpose of this flow extender is to give ourselves a wet surface to work on so that the flip cup paints have something to float over top of. So we're just wetting down our surface.
I love the color combination.
Yeah, we did good with our colors.
Do you think I need to put some in the middle where there's nothing?
What's that?
In here or in there?
Yeah, I would, for sure. A lot of it's going to get tilted off, but that's okay. We'll scrape it up and it'll go right back into the slot bucket. And it gets used again. That's good. Now use this to spread that around a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect.
I know.
I'm a little mad.
I'm
supposed to be the expert here, and yours is better.
I'm thrilled. Like, I love that stuff. I'm gonna buy it now. Like, wow, it works really well.
Yeah. So you remember the ratios, right? The 3 to 1.
Yeah.
That's literally all we did was 3 to 1, and to get the right consistency for a flip cup.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that looks good. It'll work.
A little bit there.
So I'm going to tilt mine out first.
Okay.
So if you want to move over here. And the longer we sat here while we were doing this, look how many cells have popped up on mine. So that's another important thing to remember, is to be a little patient. For cells to rise, you need to give it a little bit of time. Although yours came up immediately. So now we're going to move this around slowly without going over the edges. I just want to spread this out so I can decide which parts I want to keep and which parts I don't mind losing. That flow extender gives us the opportunity to choose our composition. I'm not trying to lose it. It's okay if I lose a little, but I'm not trying to lose any right now. I'm just trying to spread it out. And again, patiently just letting it move slowly.
Yeah, all the videos you see, it's fast forward, so.
I do fast forward a lot of my videos because it's kind of, you know, watching grass grow or paint dry,
but you
right?
think that they're doing it fast, but they're not.
Yeah. Go. Now we're going to come around this direction.
I like the purple too.
Yeah, I'm glad we put that violet in there.
It goes good with the teal.
Okay, I'm going to go off this corner, just like that. Anchor that
Nice.
there. Then we're going to bring it back down to the middle, slowly. And I'm going to go off that corner up front.
Definitely makes it easier to grab too with the pegs on the bottom.
Yeah.
That's partly the reason why I was getting covered in paint.
Yep. I know I see some artists sometimes, like Mixed Media Girl, she never puts any of her stuff up on push pens. I don't know how she paints like that. I can't do it.
I've seen some people
She
too,
makes it-
they tape the bottom.
I always tape the bottoms if I plan on using it or keeping it. For a test piece like this is these canvases were, student grade and all that kind of stuff. I wasn't planning on actually keeping this. It's more of a learning experience. So I didn't tape these, but I normally always do it. But I think I might be doing something I want to keep.
Nice.
Okay. Now you see how fast that paint is still moving when I tilt? So that means that I should still get rid of some paint. So I have to decide.
Because there's so much excess?
Because the if you leave too much paint on the canvas, number one, it can shift if it's not perfectly level while it's drying. And number two, it can crack. So we don't want cracking. I think hate to lose this violet up here, but this is my least favorite part. I guess I could lose some of this up here too. We're already up there. Let's just go hard off of that corner.
How long does it normally take to dry?
If I put this into an air-conditioned room, but without a fan on it, you don't want a fan blowing directly on it, but in an air-conditioned room, which acts as a dehumidifier, about 24 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. And do you do a finish afterwards?
Yes, then you can either varnish or resin. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, I think it's still moving a little bit, but it's not moving fast, so I think I'm safe to leave that there. So there's mine done.
It's gorgeous.
All right, so now let's do yours.
Alrighty.
Let me wash my hands real quick and I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, pause it.
Okay, it should be going this way, right?
Yeah, you just want to move it around a little bit. You want to get away from this corner here. Actually, you want to go over this corner because you've just got a tiny little bit of a dry spot there. Are we filming?
Yep.
Okay, good. Slow, 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 slow.
Oh yeah, slow.
Yeah. If you go too fast, you warp your cells, and you don't want that to happen. And I went a little fast over here a couple of times. So I'm just going to help this along by bringing that paint to the corner. Now tilt a little harder. I want to get over that corner. That's good. Okay. Bring it back. So that you can see that the weight of the paint is right here because that's where it's moving the fastest. So you want to bring that weight of that paint back to the center before you go any other directions. And I find it easiest to put the canvas down and then turn it around. So you can always kind of like tilt away from it. You don't want to tilt towards you because then you end up with t-shirts like this. Oh, that line right there is gorgeous.
Yeah, so Mike was saying they liked how the gold's mixed in with the purple there. That streak's pretty too.
It is. Now tilt towards this corner now. There you go.
It's amazing. Every time it changes shape, I can picture something in it.
Oh yeah, you can always find, that's what I love about abstract, right? Is
Yeah.
Everybody sees something different.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, there's a horse face.
Yeah.
Or a puffin, or a crocodile, a dragon.
Yeah.
You never know. Okay, go back, hard tilt back. Don't lose all that violet right there. Ooh, there we go.
Right. Oh, this is so pretty.
Oh yeah, you're doing great. Slow down just a little bit more. There we go. See, it's still moving pretty fast.
Yeah.
And you're gonna lose all of this, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But now I want you to put it down, turn it so that your corner is, this corner is facing up here.
Okay.
There you go. Now tilt towards that corner. For most techniques, you tilt to the corners because your sides automatically get covered. It's the corners that are hard to grab. See how this one's still dry over here?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to come back and touch it up. The corners are always the difficult part to get. Now tilt hard. Get right over that corner. I'll help it a little bit. There we go. I'll pull it back.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Now the weight over your paint is still here, so you want to bring this back to the center.
Move it around again.
There you go. See how fast it's still moving?
Yeah.
You get a lot of paint still. So once you get over there, then you want to head this direction, right? last corner. Tilt that way a little bit. There we go. Gonna walk it down. Perfect. Nice. Okay. We still have too much paint, so we have to decide what we want to keep. But we're going to what's that? Oh, it didn't go all the way over.
Weight there.
I'm just gonna pull this weight over here and then come down. So, is there anything? What are your favorite parts?
I think there's
This
a
thing
lot
right
of
here
the
that looks
same
like a penis.
color
You like
there.
that part?
There's a rabbit there.
Oh, there is a rabbit.
Yeah.
It looks like a peep.
There's a lot of blue there, so maybe we could lose a bit of that blue.
Sure. I hope you don't lose this right
No,
here. That's
yeah, I like
gorgeous.
that.
And I love this over here.
Yeah.
These violet sections are really pretty. So yeah,
But we still have a bit of white on the corner.
that's fine. We're just going to take some of this over here on the table and dip it, and it'll be fine.
Right.
So now
So just
you need to
try
find the weight of your paint again. I think it was over here. So we want to bring that to the center first.
Okay.
Bring the weight of your paint in. There you go. And once you get to the center, then head that direction. That's good. Perfect.
Yeah, there's a big blob going now.
Yeah, it's almost like a wave. You see that wave going?
Yeah. It's like watching the surfers today.
Oh, yeah.
More?
A little bit more, I think. Okay, let's pull it back.
Okay.
You want to straighten that. When I mean pull it back, I mean just like bring the
Oh,
weight of the paint
Pull the paint back.
back
Okay.
to the center. So, because if you leave it there on the edge, it's all just going to keep rolling over.
Yeah,
It's going to follow the momentum.
I gotcha.
What do we think?
Good. So just got that corner, I
Yep.
guess. Is there enough paint off of it?
also.
Did we remove enough of the paint? You think?
What's that?
Is there enough paint off of it now?
I think so. It's still moving, but it's not moving fast, so it should be fine.
I just tripped off my finger onto your patio.
Don't tell Ben. No. Don't tell Ben. Oh my God.
That's why
I hope he doesn't watch this video. Here, I have a wet cloth.
Okay.
This little cloth right here, you can use that. Ben knows how messy I am, so I'm sure he was expecting something. Okay.
Wow.
Yay!
Yay! I love
You
it.
have a lot more gold in yours, and my violets are, like yours are spread out, but mine are bolder
Yeah.
in the composition. So let me go ahead and pause that real quick, and then I will.
Wow. And
Oh.
Mike?
Yeah, it's nice.
Let's look at the wet results here. This is Carol's, and she did a fantastic job. So, Carol, I was going to show you. You see how these cells have transparency to them?
Mm-hmm.
And you can see like multiple colors within that big, we call that a boulder cell.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the satin enamels do.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
If you added silicone, it would come up in perfect little circles like this. And it might have some rings that are or something in it, but it doesn't have this same kind of texture. Yeah, I think you added a lot more gold in your cup than I did.
I must have.
Yeah, and some of these cells got a little, like these cells right here are a little wonky, and that's just from tilting too fast. I did the exact same thing on mine. I think I got excited.
Oh, I love
but
your
this
layer.
this section right here is
Oh, it's
gorgeous.
Yeah,
So
I like
pretty.
that.
Yeah, I love that too. That's really pretty too. Look at that right there.
Wow, it looks like space.
Yeah, and if you, because of the light, come over here. Look at the gold shimmering in that. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, it'll be gorgeous in the daylight.
Mm-hmm. So there's that. Okay, and then this one is mine. And you can see the lines of where I lipped the cup in a couple of different places. Yeah, definitely some boulder cell action happening here. This is really cool, this section here. I love that. Look at this one here.
Yeah, yours has, your colors seem to be more scattered, more combined everywhere.
Yep.
It's nice.
And that's all about layering and you know, knowing how much to, and that's something that will come to you as you, the more you do it, the more you'll figure that out.
Yeah, tilt a little slower.
Tilting a little slower and just the amount of paint that you put in each layer. Yeah, this turned out really good. I'm super happy with these.
Yeah, I love the color combination.
Yeah. So thank you very much for painting with me.
It was worth it.
Thank you very much for filming for us, Mike, and Ben for staying out of our way. Yep.
Carol's is nicer than yours.
Okay, you know, weren't you in the other room for a reason? I think you were.
You said the same.
I did say the same thing. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. There won't be any dry results, but I hope you enjoyed it. So give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and come back and see me sometime. Bye, guys.
Bye.